Hello and welcome back to Disco Elysium. Welcome back to the city of Revachol. Welcome back to We Are a Detective with No Name, and we've been joined by Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi. So Kim is in orange and we are in green. We have a disco-ass blazer. We have no memory of our name, only that we woke up in the whirling in rags. We woke up in the whirling in rags surrounded by empty bottles to the noise of the world ending, and I think this Kanima Kupre, the carriage owned by Kim Kitsuragi, is the cause of it. He appears to be a petrol head who has absolutely souped up this thing, so it's a non-standard police pursuit vehicle in the shape of a horse-drawn carriage. Interesting. So what we're going to do is, well, we're going to click on that in a moment. We're going to need to go to our skills because we only have 2 hit points. We do have a skill point which we can use, and I think what we're going to do is put that immediately into endurance. Take the blows, don't let the world kill you. Psyche base +2. Let's level that up. Learn skill +1. So hopefully if we leave, yeah, we now have 3 hit points. I think that might have been quite bad for us. We also need to we need to go into our journal. So read the watermarks is what we need to do. So we go into inventory, tools. So we passed out last time because we picked up the ledger of failure and hatred, our police ledger from the dumpster behind the whirling in rags, where the dead body is, the body that's hanging up in the tree. The body, which is why we are here, we're doing a murder investigation. But when we picked it up, we found that there was an internal compartment with a bubblegum wrapper which we smelled, and it reminded us strongly of an ex-someone. Passed out only to find Kim pouring water into our mouth. So that's an interesting one, so I'll put that there. We also have a thought cabinet. We're currently researching Lonesome Long Way Home, which is 4 hours and 26 minutes remaining. Time only passes when we're in conversation, so when we're in dialogue, sitting on a bench, reading a book, or I believe playing a board game. So we'll click on the motor carriage.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
One of the tasks is to radio our station and report the badge missing, because we have a missing badge. I don't think we should do that. So why don't we just say, Kim, how do I turn on the headlights?
Alright, ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
Yeah, I think this thing's gonna be loud.
He's downplaying his excitement. The lieutenant is more than happy to show off his precious carriage.
Press engine start.
The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rounds per minute gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice Canadian comes to life with a whiny growl.
Yeah, that thing's loud. Press the button labeled headlights.
The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
Okay, close the door. Or the door just gets stuck open. So now that we have the ledger in our hand and we're in front of the lights, we can click the thought bubble around our head.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
There she is. Revachol West.
There is a note of pride in the lieutenant's voice.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations.
Look at this shimmering street grid.
The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights.
Where are we on this? Point to the halogen map.
Let me see.
He takes the ledger for a moment and inspects it.
Right here.
I'm sure I've seen worse.
Oh yes. Coal City. Le Royaume. The burnt-out quarter.
Look at the perforations.
There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows.
Tally up the different rows.
The first row has 18 dots.
What about the next one?
The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then some.
Count them individually.
There are so many, it's hard to count. More than 150, at least. Maybe even 200.
What about the last row?
The last row has 3 perforations.
3, that's it?
That's it.
Hey Kim, what do all these holes mean?
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look. The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered?
Wait, 18 years? I've done this?
That's what it says. I might have guessed even longer based on your age. What did you do all those blissful years of your youth?
Ooh, got drunk like a megastar? Walked the land telling whores and liars of the end to come. There are 9,855 days remaining. Probably some boring office job, same as everyone else. I feel like I went around apologizing all the time. Do you really think I have any idea? I think the last one isn't going to get us anywhere. Apologizing. I know there are different police archetypes, so you can be sorry cop, apocalypse cop. I don't know what boring office job will get you. Got drunk like a megastar. Oh, why don't we choose that one? Because I think we've had a few like rock star or superstar options. Got drunk like a megastar.
Yes, that does seem quite likely. Your youth coincided with some heady days for Revachol. But let's move on, shall we? This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see... Wow, more than 200.
Is that a lot?
It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
I used to be good. That's some solace, I guess. What's the last number?
Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there.
I was expecting a higher number, honestly.
For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way. There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident.
It's obvious the lieutenant doesn't think very highly of these officers.
But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for.
Have you ever killed anyone, Kim?
Yes.
He says, declining to elaborate.
It's not a problem for him to state it, however.
How do you handle the strain?
Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective or self-destructive than others.
He gives you a meaningful look.
Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies.
Like what?
Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now.
Maybe I should find a hobby.
Why not gardening? You've already got the gloves.
He points to your yellow gardening gloves.
It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab.
Thanks for this.
The lieutenant nods.
Okay, let's go.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
He presses a remote control on the key.
You can now see your statistics on your journal page, to the right of the task description.
Thank you, Siri. Oh, we have another thought.
As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint.
Where's it coming from?
From a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. It's just what superstar law officers do. They squint at lights, and they solve shit.
Actually, now that I hear superstar and law official in a sentence, they sound weird together. Yeah, that's me. I've been establishing my superstardom hard lately.
Yeah, you have. You're a big dick cop, Dick Mullen. Salam Rocky Bayi, badass on-the-edge disco cop. Time to recede into a ludicrous fantasy world. Here we go. Camera. Lights.
Action.
With a sudden flash, the world freezes around you, and you along with it. In an iconic monochrome solution, a black silhouette against a rasterized orange world. It's on.
Ooh, did we get another thought? Some kind of superstar. First, let's make this absolutely clear. No one is saying you're an actual superstar. In the groupies and cocaine riddled with hepatitis C strikes a lioness pose with a mic kind of way. You're not a Guillemette de Million or Davy Dewis. No, you're a metaphorical superstar. You bring the rock and roll, authenticity and passion to a line of work where people don't expect or don't want to see it. Where some would say it doesn't belong. Law enforcement. Oh, let's internalize. 1 hour, 10 minutes, -2 logic. Seems unlikely. Internalize. Some kind of superstar. Alright, so we got -2 logic for a while. Bonuses from thoughts. -2 +1 encyclopedia. Well, that's not too bad. What else have we got? We put the clothes in the trash. Okay, and done. Read the watermarks. Nice. So we do need to go behind the whirling and rags. We also need to get money. Oh, the music, by the way. The music specifically for here is called Red Rock Riviera, and it's a remix of British Sea Power, although they're just called Sea Power these days. And the first line of the lyrics of the song is, "I'll wake up in a new life down by the seaside." So if you wanted to know that, Red Rock Riviera. There's more trumpets and more Chinese fiddle in the actual song. A lot of the music in this is done by British Sea Power, or just Sea Power these days. So if you wanted to know that, that's what you would look up on YouTube. So we have the body. Let's have another look at the body.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
Ooh, let go of your nose without throwing up. It's low, so Snake Eyes always loses, Boxcars always wins. Let's roll it.
The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected. More fever than odor. It fills your mind, flushing you from within.
Let it out.
You feel a great force ringing from your stomach. Your body curls and pushes it out, burst by burst, until a pool of vomit lies under your feet and your throat stings from the stomach acid.
God.
It's okay. Happens to everyone. Keep it.
The lieutenant hands you his white handkerchief. Thanks.
The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head.
You think ammonia would help?
If you can handle the headache. Some officers use it to deal with cadaverine odor.
But not you.
I can't handle the headache.
It's more likely he can handle the smell, unlike you.
Okay, where do we get ammonia from?
That young woman, the gardener, mentioned she used salts for the smell. If she doesn't have any, there might be some in the fridge store nearby.
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check. Modifiers make checks easier and allow you to retry them.
Okay. Let's go and talk to the gardener. So yeah, it's now 11:13. We still need to find money. $130. Oh, that's going to be an interesting one. Okay.
Hello again, officer. How are things?
Do you still have your salts? I think I could use some.
Sure. I'm done with them.
She takes a small capsule out of her breast pocket and hands it to you.
Go easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache.
I have to run. So I believe double-clicking... Yeah, double-clicking... So single-click allows you to walk, double-click allows you to run. Okay, that's cool. So let's see what the modifier is.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
So the modifier is +1. This has gone for 8 to 17%. That is very low. But the rolls are not cached, so if you were to say save and then load again, you would get a different roll every time. There's a birdhouse on the top of that tree. Let's roll it.
The ammonia only makes it worse. The combination forces tears out of your ducts. You manage to keep it in once. The second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
The ammonia didn't help at all.
Nor does the wind right now.
You feel the lieutenant pat your back rhythmically.
The weight is reassuring, like a crenel on solid fortification. Pat, pat, pat.
I've seen strong men turn themselves inside out for hours. You are facing tough odds here. Alcohol withdrawal makes it considerably harder.
Why can't I keep it in if I've been a cop my whole life?
I've seen captains puke their guts out. It never gets easier. You never get used to the smell. Every Monday is cadaver day. Throw up, investigate. Throw up, initial autopsy. Throw up, baguette.
He pats your back again.
Then drive to the station. Maybe throw up on the way there if you didn't bag the thing tight enough.
You seem to be fine.
I think I've lost my sense of smell.
There's a pause.
Not being hungover helps too.
Do it without me. I just can't keep it down.
No. This is a two-man assignment because it needs 2 officers to complete. I need your help.
He withdraws his hand and looks you in the eye.
You need to get your shit together.
But I don't want to get my shit together, but my shit already is together. Okay.
We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now.
You've gained a thought. When this dialogue is over, go to your thought cabinet and internalize it for special bonuses and effects.
Thank you, Siri.
Give it half an hour. Get yourself together. Then come back and have another go.
Okay, we'll turn away. So we have a volumetric shit compressor. Your shit is apart, and it's rather unbecoming of a cop and a human being. It's supposed to be the opposite of that. Together. Compressed in a small area. To achieve a solid level of shit compression, squeeze your butt cheeks together for 30 minutes. Do something similar with the 2 hemispheres of your brain. Talk to people. Maybe that will help. Alright, let's internalize the thought. There's no bonuses, temporary research bonuses, and it will take half an hour. So interestingly, some kind of superstar and Lonesome Long Way Home do still appear to be going down. Remaining 3:59, 1 hour, 30 minutes. Okay. What else did we get? Equip complete volumetric shit compressor thought. So we need that before we can carry on. And we picked up Lieutenant's handkerchief. Price $2.50. Right. Let's peace out from here, I think. Yeah. Okay, well, peace out from here. I guess we can just carry on exploring around. Did we look at this? The coin-operated viewer has been banged up inoperable. We went down there last time to pick up the bag. Let's go this way. So tab highlights the things in the area that you can interact with. And some of these are thought bubbles. A lonely cormorant surveys the sea, indifferent to your approach. Okay. Ooh. Take that. We got this. Okay. We can switch the ledger of failure and hatred out. There we go. We have a signal blue naval coat. Negative half-light, +1 suggestion. Take all. So under clothes, +1 suggestion, -1 half-light. Disco ass blazer, +1 esprit de corps. What does half-light give us? Half-light. Let the body take control, threaten people. Okay. An esprit de corps. Oh, that's quite high, actually. Connect to station 41. Understand culture.
Look at me when I'm talking to you.
Someone's yelling at us in the background. So that gives us +1 suggestion. Let's check. Is suggestion an item? Conceptualize. Oh, suggestions here. Charm men and women. Play the puppet master.
Hey, up here, piggo.
Okay, so what's giving us -1 to suggestion? Oh, a shirt, because it smells like pee. Okay, let's put this on. Oh, look at us. We're looking spiffing. Spiffing? What does that mean? That's good.
Yeah, you better keep walking.
Okay, I'm going to keep walking then. Don't think I'm going to have enough money to pay for the room at the Whirling Rags. Looks like there was more construction here once decades ago. The belly of this boat shines like it was recently painted. Docking reserved for residents of Rue de Saint-Guilain 33A. Your room in the Whirling Rags isn't much bigger than this sloop. Nice. Do a little quick save. Let's talk to...
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good morning, officers. I'm Joyce.
She extends her hand in greeting.
Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
What's the L stand for? Or what gave us away? What gave us away?
Nothing, honestly. I've said it to every drunk in town, and you're the first one who's responded.
Oof.
What is implied here? That you're a drunk? She hasn't actually said it to every drunk in town. It was spoken in jest.
Joyce L. What does the L stand for?
Leighton, my maiden name.
Her bony hand dangles from the sleeve of her oversized raincoat. Oh, shake her hand.
I'm glad to see you here.
Her grip is tight and cold.
Like steel. There is strength there. If she wanted, she could sink her nails deep into your skin.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
There's a trace of irony in his voice. Mischief, even. The lieutenant is hatching some scheme.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
It's hard to get a read on her precise disposition, but she appears helpful.
You're on a boat.
Why, yes I am.
She looks at the deck under her feet. Green and white sails flutter overhead. Not a lot of people on boats, are there?
Of course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around?
Wait, we're on an archipelago? What do you mean, archipelago? What do you mean, archipelago?
I mean, we are on Le Caillou, are we not?
I still haven't seen anyone else sail a boat around here. Caillou? I thought we were in Revachol.
We are, and the city of Revachol is on the island of Le Caillou.
Still, I haven't seen anyone sail a boat around here.
I haven't seen anyone else drive a souped-up Capri Kenema motor carriage either.
Actually, that motor carriage has been specially issued to serve as a patrol and pursuit vehicle. It's for crossing long distances in the greater Revachol industrial harbor. It's not a toy.
Neither is this. A toy, I mean. It's a machine for crossing long distances in the Bay of Revachol, between the city and the islands.
She's having a good time arguing against the law. Too good, perhaps.
Does she have a name?
The boat? No. It is called Intimidate 19 because that's the type of sloop it is.
The word "it" feels strange. Such a beautiful boat deserves a proper name.
So we're getting these successes when we have conversations with people. If you roll and you get a little bit more dialogue, it'll show you the successes, but it'll never show you the failures unless you have a roll that you can click on in dialogue, like a white roll, in which case then it'll show you the success or failure, like we had with the hanged man and throwing up. Okay, but what kind of boat is it? Cool, but your boat really needs a name. The boat really needs a name? She doesn't sound like the sort of person who would want to name it, but let's try that.
Okay. How about Intimidate 19? Why?
She taps on the side of the boat, it makes a hollow sound.
Because it was manufactured in Revachol East by a company called Intimidate, and its hull is 19 paces long.
How about the sleek fish? How about the X something? How about Dolores?
Why Dolores?
I don't know, it just feels pretty. I just like the name for some reason. Oh, I just like the name for some reason.
Well, it means nothing to me. I think I'll stick with the factory name. But thank you for the suggestion.
And what kind of boat is it?
It's a pleasure craft. A 19-pacer. It also happens to be rated for Category 1 racing. Though these days I mainly use it for business.
How do you like it?
My sloop? I like it a lot. It's the eel's hips, baby.
I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has so little to do with the murder we're investigating.
I really do, the lieutenant thinks. Is she thrown off yet? He's looking at the woman, assessing her.
So Kim said, I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has so little to do with the murder. But it could be that he is actually enjoying the conversation. Do we ask her if she has a license for the boat? Sure.
Officer, I assure you I'm a highly qualified pleasure craft operator.
The crowns of her teeth are porcelain, white as the boat's hull as she smiles. Her nonchalance might be related to something called the Wayfarer Act, a law that says she doesn't need a license. Sly fox, you're not aggressive enough to harass her further on this.
Okay, I think I have a handle on the boat thing.
Good.
Okay, you seem rich. Can I have some money? What can you tell me about the lynching? What can you tell me about the strike? Tell me about Wild Pines. What do you do?
What we do? I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
So what do they do?
The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking? Those are the shipping side of things. And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms.
The Wild Pines Group is one of the original Revacholian Indo-tribes. Companies awarded royal monopolies by the king, the suzerain himself, centuries ago. The king is long gone, but several of the Indo-tribes remain.
How much money does Wild Pines have? You're in good company. Who are the other Indo tribes?
Son Baptiste, LUM, an unknown entity known as Brightest Star.
You're in good company, it seems.
Why, thank you.
She does not register the real meaning of the remark. How much money does Wild Pines have?
I'm not at liberty to discuss the company balance sheet, but I can tell you that last year, the company booked more than 20 billion real in revenue.
A billion?
What exactly is a billion? Wow, that said, I thought Wild Pines was supposed to be big time. Numbers like that mean nothing to me. The money I owe is so much less than that. Wow.
20 billion is a large number, but the conglomerate employs 72,000 people. They all need to be paid. Then there are capital improvements, interest payments.
A wave hits the sloop. She grasps the mainstay for balance.
A conglomerate the size of the Wild Pines is like a shark. If it stops moving, it will die. Then what becomes of those 72,000 families? It's a tremendous responsibility.
Where does Wild Pines get all these billions?
They started as an exploration and cargo fleet conducting trade between the Samaran and Insulindian Isolas 250 years ago, when pine ships explored the South Seminese and charted Lomantang on behalf of the suzerain. Centuries of care, deliberation, and madness have gone into this endeavor. Vessels pass through the great unrest to re-emerge with apricots in tow. The logic of the system is totalizing. It's taken everything from its employees to build it.
What does a huge system want with a place like this? Also apricots again.
You mean aside from being the terminal's legal owners, who are responsible for moving 8% of the world's cargo?
You don't keep it moving, the workers do. That sounds like communism. That's all I need to know. 8% of all cargo in the world. That's quite the endeavor indeed.
There are no minor cogs in the system. Each terminal must be accounted for, lest the entire system break. Every hiccup in such a system means thousands lose their jobs, the world over. I'm here to assure that doesn't happen.
With your help, hopefully, says her warm tone.
What can you tell me about the strike?
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets.
What is your role in this precisely?
I believe the official title is Senior Labour Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
A grocery clerk. It's a reference to Apocalypse Now?
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place. Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-meter-20 racist behemoth blocking the gates.
How were the talks going before the lynching? Or tell us more about the behemoth.
What can I say? The union employs a giant covered in tattoos. A racist giant. I guess that's part of their big tent organisation now.
How were the talks going before the lynching?
Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
But the strike began in December.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the Union in prior negotiations.
This isn't the first time the Union has gone on strike.
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the Union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
What happened to this Gaumont?
Mr. Clare told him to... how did he put it?
She pauses to compose herself.
Fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see.
Not cool.
Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the Union.
Sounds like usual aggressive posturing.
What are their demands?
There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes, every worker, a member of the board.
I like it. I don't know what to think about that. Over-aggressive, commie posturing. It seems like they have no idea about business. In its
defense, another said, demand democracy. Pretty tame stuff compared to every worker, a member of the board.
Most of them probably don't know what that means.
Fortunately, they explained it. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about anything, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal. Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group.
The workers can't be kings. The king is the king.
That may well be. It's not up to me to decide who is king, but as negotiations go, it's not a swell start.
What are you going to do?
I'm not sure. Naturally, I assume that was just their opening position, a hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again. And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags. A disastrous situation if there ever was one.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the bowyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, "Call me Mañana."
Call Me Mañana is a Scooter song. And I think Mañana means we'll do it tomorrow.
This checks out.
Tell me about the union boss, Mr. Clare.
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first.
Really?
Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
Is he that bad?
He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
Wait, there are 2 of them?
Yes, Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues.
What about the union itself, outside of the Brothers Clare?
The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organised labour at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The Brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
She hesitates, looking for the right expression.
A mob. The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, I suspect we'll be forced to cooperate with them.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother. And your opinion, detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is...
Basically a socialist mob? A giant leech sucking the life out of Revachol? An effective advocate for the rights of the local working men. Well, I can tell which is the communist option. Basically a socialist mob.
Thank you for being candid. Sadly, Wild Pines have cooperated with what amounts to a crime syndicate for 2 decades. However much you feed the wolf always hungers.
One more thing. You said something happened in the elections.
I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the Union. She disappeared.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore, or coming to work. Ever. End of story.
Some kind of extortion, probably.
Indeed. The company suspects foul play, but there's nothing they could do. It was a union matter. The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Thank you for your concern, man. We'll be just fine.
That's all I need here. Let's change the topic.
Of course. How else can I help?
What can you tell me about this lynching?
Quite a few things, I'm afraid.
She falls silent for a moment, contemplating something.
The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
How curious. Why is that, Detective?
Awkwardness washes over the conversation. The woman doesn't like this turn of events.
Remember when my partner told you I'd recently suffered from an unusual medical episode? My lost badge is related to it.
I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
Yes? I could have eaten it for all I know. I don't remember anything. This world, this city, nothing. It's possible after a night of heavy drinking, I lost all memory of my life in the world. I could have eaten it for all I know. I don't remember anything. This world, this city, nothing.
Oh dear. Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia. I don't even know how to respond. I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply can't imagine what you gain by faking such a condition.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
Hang on. She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
Mutually beneficial arrangement. So, we do something for her? What kind of arrangement would that be?
I mean, favors for favors. A dirty alliance of some sort.
83%. A dirty alliance. +1 sympathy from your amnesia, +1 dirty alliance. Suggestions 4? Then I'll find it somehow. Let's talk about something else until I do. Do we roll it? I think... Red check. It cannot be retried. Let's roll it.
Easy. Just offer her a favor. Like I said, nice and dirty.
Surely there's some other way to demonstrate our law enforcement credentials.
I will be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something very tangible.
You're in, but expect her to drive a hard bargain.
Like what?
Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open secret in Martinez. The Union controls the terminal, so it goes to reason.
They're profiting from this trade.
The company has tried looking into this matter before, to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority and resources might turn over the right stones. Or you can recover your badge. Though if I may be blunt with you, it sounds like that may be a lost cause.
Detective, a word in private before we continue.
Excuse us for a moment, madame.
Bizarre scientific news from Revachol West today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at a pressure of around 495 gigadecimals. These metallic hydrogen levels of shit togetherness were thought to exist only at the center of collapsing stars, not law officials. It remains to be seen how long the shit singularity lasts.
Okay, so that's a thought that we completed during the conversation. All endurance white checks unlocked. Learning cap for endurance is raised to 4. Okay. So remaining 14 minutes on Superstar and 3 hours 13 on Longsome Low Way Home. Okay. So we need to talk to Kim Kitsuragi.
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective.
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective. The Lieutenant's voice is hushed. How did you hope it would go?
Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and not volunteer us to be her henchman.
Oh, so we're henchmen now.
This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, we've played straight into her hands.
He doesn't let it show, but there is a limit to how much the consequences of your unprofessional behavior can cost the investigation.
We could just, buy my badge. What purpose? What do you propose? That we don't investigate the drug trafficking? I'm sorry for putting this in this situation, I'll handle it. We could just, buy my badge.
Oh, that would be fantastic, but do we have the time? The world is large and your badge is 8 by 6 centimeters.
Okay.
You could request a new one from your station, but that would literally take months.
Let's get back to her then. Okay.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Alleged drug trafficking? You seem rich. Can I have some money?
Is what you want to say, but it isn't that easy, is it?
Wait, why not?
Look at that lady. Take a gander. Squint your eyes, bub.
What nice fabrics.
Why, yes. Tucked away under that sturdy green raincoat, almost rustic in its simplicity, a silk shirt and matching scarf around her gentle throat, while dull orange pearls hang from her earlobes, red from the cold. Her light green eyes scan you, full of knowledge and worry, wealth and all its possibilities. These are the kind eyes of the rich man that seem to say everything is possible.
Yeah, so?
Now look at you, you misery-clad simian, barely able to tie your own laces. Your armpits are lakes. A scythe of booze precedes you. Your hair sticks to your forehead and your underwear feels uncomfortable. You're poor, poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You're too...
Ashamed? I'm not ashamed. What is this feeling? I've never felt it before. Goddamn working man, I'm not ashamed to shake this leech for some dough. As I should be. But even considering it, this is a woman and I'm a man. Yes, I should make my own goddamn money by now. I'm not ashamed.
Oh, but you are. Too ashamed to ask this person for money. Too scared to belittle yourself in her eyes. Those half-precious stones of de Nil. Oh God, the lieutenant is here too. Do not dishonor the force.
As I was saying, if there's any way I may be of assistance, please don't hesitate to ask.
Can I have some money?
Voila, you're doing it.
Boxcars. Alright, the one time we actually need high roll. You seem rich, can I have some money? Can I have some money, ma'am? Help me, I'm poor, I need money to keep living. You seem rich, can I have some money?
Why, yes, I am rich. How much money do you need? Hopefully not too much. I couldn't bring all of it with me.
She's surprisingly nonchalant about this. Could it be that she somehow knows more about your predicament than she's letting on?
I would like 0.1 cents. I need 1 real, 130, 10,000. I need 1 billion real. Well, we know we need 130, so let's ask for that.
That's a good sum. Not too small, not fantastically large.
She reaches into her raincoat and pulls out a zip bag. In it, you see paper notes arranged like black gills.
She removes a few notes and hands them to you. The paper is cold and oily to the touch. Whoa, whoa! Did you see how easy that was? Ask her for more. Toot toot, train to Moneytown.
Can I have some more or nay? It would be dishonorable, and mine honor is my life.
Can you eat honor? Are you an omnivore? Give me a break.
So, I hope I didn't just bribe you, officer. It may not be technically illegal under the Emergency Act, but still.
You bribed me alright, I'm your little peon now. I'm getting my head around this whole money concept. You were just helping me out? I'm an honourable policeman, one of the few good men in Rubbershall. I'm still getting my head around this whole money concept. You were just helping me out.
You're right, man, that donations are permitted under the Emergency Act, unseemly as it may be, as long as they're properly logged with the precinct.
Which he most certainly will do. Now, how else can I help the RCM today, besides supplementing its salaries?
Okay, tell me about this alleged drug trafficking.
It's quite straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samaran Isola into Revachol with the Union's blessing. Wild Pines has suspected it for years.
Ingredients for what, ma'am?
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff.
Let me get this straight. The materials are coming from Samara to Revachol through the terminal?
Yes. After they clear the terminal, we lose track. The actual production is taking place at various sites in and around Jamrock Quarter, north of here.
Wild Pine seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade, ma'am. Do you mean to say the Union also produces the product? Sells drugs, I mean?
We're in logistics. It's our business to know. And no. As far as the company knows, the Union does not produce it. They transport the ingredients for a cut.
And you want us to investigate?
Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrat and the Dock Workers Union. Still, every chain has its weak link.
Am I going to need bolt cutters for this? Or what do you mean? Am I going to need bolt cutters for this?
Unlikely, officer. I'm talking about the lorries. Once the ingredients reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers, well beyond our grasp. But in transit, they may be vulnerable. Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment. I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you.
Why didn't you come to the RCM earlier?
We did. On more than one occasion. Apparently, there's some sort of inter-precinct disagreement about whose jurisdiction this area falls under.
We know the company has launched its own probe into the Union's alleged involvement. We also know it's come up empty. It's not just the RCN. No one's been able to find any hard evidence.
Well, here's your chance, officers.
No coincidence Laura's are stranded there like that, is it?
No. We asked East Motor Track to raise the drawbridge. The road company is a partner of one of our subsidiaries. However, this is a limited time opportunity. Once the complaint has been processed by the Trade Committee, they'll have no choice but to lower the drawbridge, and the operation will continue. Thousands of litres of raw ingredients will pour onto the streets of Revachol. Not the east across the river, but the west. The vulnerable. The weary.
Well, at least this solves one mystery.
What is that, Lieutenant?
Why I had to call East Motor Track and beg them to open the drawbridge for me. I'd wondered since I first drove in, on my motor carriage.
I am sorry for the inconvenience, Lieutenant Kisaragi, but we need them trapped here. This is a unique opportunity. I'm sure you understand.
What proof do you have that the Union is involved?
How do you think they're financing this strike? There are thousands of unpaid dock workers going strong for the 4th month straight.
There was a shakedown of local businesses preceding the strike. Many were squeezed to bankruptcy to fund it.
With all due respect to these desert cacti, the contents of a few cash registers cannot provide for 2,000 men. The local businesses can scarcely provide for themselves.
So you think the strike is being funded with source ingredients for drugs?
Precisely. Smuggled out of that very gate at night, most likely, then loaded onto lorries and driven to Jamrock. You simply need to find one driver who will open up to you.
It sounds like she tried looking into it herself, but she's clearly not the type your typical lorryman would confide in.
Okay, I've made up my mind. About the smuggling investigation.
Yes?
There's no way we'll take the case. We will take this case. Accept the driver, probe the drivers, see what it yields. Accept.
Excellent. According to my reports, there are at least 3 lorry drivers lingering near the roundabout. Hopefully one of them will know something. It may come to nothing, or it may just blow the case wide open. I can keep the drawbridge up for a few more days at least. You should have the time you need. In the meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance.
Thank you, that's all for now.
Of course, Detective. Take care.
Alright. We also have a thought finished.
Some kind of superstar. They say the world isn't ready for a rock and roll cop. No one wants their state monopoly on violence to be mixed with celebrity worship. They claim to know it would be dangerous for detectives to rise to the ranks of demigods and have sexual encounters with barely legal cover girls. It would be insane, they say. To all this, you say, fuck off and die, in a cool voice. You people have no idea how good these cops are gonna get. They're gonna crack 20 cases a day. In the future, cops will be like astrophysicists, or prime ministers, or prophets. And you're the first one.
Okay, we get -1 logic, the price of self-delusion. Learning cap for visual calculus raised to 6, learning cap for suggestion raised to 6, learning cap for electrochemistry, and for composure all raised to 6. Okay. What do we get here? Oh, map information complete. Acquire a copy of the city map. Okay. Task. Joyce's info on lynching and the jam mystery. What do we get in terms of items? Ooh, got the pen. I don't think... Oh, okay. Interesting. So we'll just whip through. We should be able to look at the body now. Cape Side Apartments. Oh, these are signs. Right, okay.
Hey, up here.
Inside the frame of a motorcycle in repair and the tools used to disassemble it. What we could do is pay Gart for a night in the Whirling Rags. And then... Well, come back outside and continue exploring. Let's do that. Hey, God, I've got your money.
Can I help you?
Oh, here's your trash container key.
Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for.
I found the victim's clothes.
How strange. I certainly didn't put them there.
Maybe you don't remember putting them there. Maybe you were sleepwalking or in a fugue state. Could someone on your staff have put them there? Who else has the keys to the trash container? Who, Yeah, could someone else... blah, 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 blah. Could someone on your staff have put them there?
Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my staff. None of us would tamper with the crime scene.
Who else has keys to the trash container?
The trash collection service? CS Municipal. I don't see why they would put anything in the trash, though.
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threats that solves itself down the road. Thank you anyway.
Thanks. Let's talk about something else.
Yes?
I've seen something here, the Whirling Guard. I think I need to talk about. By the way, I'm going to sing karaoke here. About the money I owe.
Yes. Have you got it?
I have your money.
Well?
Here's the 130 real. Slam the bills down on the counter. I hope you choke on it. Here it is. Sorry for the trouble. Oh. We could apologize. Here's 130.
Great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered.
Oh, we got a new skill point.
He's not sorry about his behavior for your sake. Now that you have money, he really wants to make sure you're not angry with him.
It's good you paid before 9 p.m., or your door would have been locked electronically.
He taps his foot against the metal box installed in the back of the bar counter.
Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow. 20 real per night.
I'll take a room here too.
Of course. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything else I can do for you?
I've seen something here, the Whirling Guard. A thing I need to talk about.
What thing?
I saw a sign that said I couldn't go into the kitchen. Why can't I go into the kitchen?
What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business.
Maybe there may be something pertinent to the investigation in the kitchen.
He wasn't pan-fried, he was lynched. What could the kitchen possibly have to do with...
He changes his mind.
Fine, okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the cook is working. You can snoop around after that, if you must.
Yeah, cool.
What?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
Right, I saw another thing in the whirling. By the way, here I'm going to sing karaoke later. Let's just goodbye. So we have another skill point. We can put it in endurance. Our endurance cap has been raised. Yes, it has. So if we needed more hit points, we can do that. We could add savoir. What does savoir-faire do? Motorix. Sneak under their noses, stun with immense panache. We have 5 Inland Empire. We could really crank Inland Empire. Or we could just leave it. We don't have to spend a point straight away. And I think we can also spend a point... Yeah, we can spend these points to unlock thoughts in our thought cabinet, which is probably what we're going to have to do at some point anyway. So you need to find 20 real to pay for your room at the Whirling, or it'll be locked after 2100. As long as you don't have a free place to stay, you have to do this every night. Okay. Alright, why don't we go upstairs and see if we can get that tie. It's around here. Let's go in here. Ooh, what's this? Kim tries not to look at your broken down bathroom door.
Kim also tries not to look at the pile of taped viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner. But it's all just too morbid to ignore.
This is where the magic happens. Say nothing, nod stoically. You're looking at this destruction. I'm sorry for this. You're looking at the destruction.
He nods.
Say nothing, nod stoically.
He takes a step toward the door, like he'd like to leave.
Can we...
This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. Or has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to reattach itself to your neck so that you may continue your adventures together in this strange world.
Okay, we need to unlock, we need to put another point in savoir-faire in order to unlock the white check. Pull on the fan, pull on the light bulb. Okay, we can do that. Savoir-faire. Motorics. I think it's probably a good one to have anyway, so let's level that up. Bonus from items -2. Oh, interesting. So what in our... Okay, let's leave. What is giving us negative savoir-faire? Our pants. And our shoes. Anything else? Nope, that's it. So we're just taking our pants and shoes off. Right. Let's see if we can do that now.
This fan has two chains. Or has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to reattach itself to your neck so that you may continue your adventures together in this strange world.
Okay, so we have savoir-faire, but also +3, the fan is turned off. Let's roll it.
You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade. Warning, warning, the necktie is no longer contained. What you have in your hand is a fantastically colorful tie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose.
Alright, so... oh, it's already there. Horrific necktie, +1 Inland Empire. Okay. The necktie is adorned with a garish pattern. It is disturbingly vivid. Somehow you feel as if it would be wrong to ever take it off. It's your friend now. You will betray it if you ever change it for some boring scarf. So, let's, what do we got? Esprit de corps, suggestion, -1 half-light. Yeah, it seems alright. So now we have horrific necktie. Okay, cool. Found it. Let's peace out of here and go through the doors. So what do we need to do? What do we got? Let's find the money to play guts, karaoke, lynching, closing the trash. Well, we do have volumetric shit compressor, which means we could do the body again. Esprit de corps. I'm going to change that. I'm going to go blue again. Tools. Inland Empire, empathy, authority. Let's switch that out. Okay, fine. We could find the fruit and dump some of these bottles we picked up. Or... oh, there's the roundabout. Oh, Lawrence. Hello?
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
The man mutters to himself, accenting the beats as he goes.
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
I am the law. I am the law. What's going on here? Yeah, what's going on here?
It's the jam, my man.
He motions toward the sprawl of laurels with a sweeping gesture. What's the jam?
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days.
Limbo,
Upon
huh?
Days.
That's where I am.
Yeah, exactly.
It's official. He too agrees. This is the antechamber of the afterlife.
So how long have you been here?
Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
Fumes of mazout. Isn't mazout like crude oil? Russian crude oil? Like really terrible low-grade oil. I think it's a Russian word for low-grade oil. I think. Extravagantly phrased, but I can roll with it.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already.
Behind the laugh, however, a touch of sorrow.
So tell me, what do you need?
Care to spare some change for working stiff? Tell me more about this strike. Know anything about the dead man, the one hanging behind the hostel? What are you hauling anyway? You seem like a man who knows about drugs. Okay, do you know anything about the hanging man?
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff.
Busy with what?
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs.
And your conclusion?
A sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees.
What are you hauling anyway?
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Okay, and what you actually hauling?
Can't even get a few jokes past you, my man. I've got another haul of found cargo. Mostly sporting goods, tracksuits and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grad in the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Il-Moran market lately.
Could I get one of those fallen tracksuits? So that's your machine behind you.
This rockin' beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery?
A motor lorry, also called a camion, on Caillou and neighboring islands. This one looks roughed up enough to be some sort of found rust bucket. Maybe the A6?
So I'm guessing because we have a fairly high encyclopedia, that's given us an extra option. That's a fallen A6.
Good eye, my man. Yup, she's an old one, but reliable. Me and her spent a long time together.
There it is again. A little touch of sadness beneath his cool. He thinks he's spent too long in this lorry.
So nothing illegal then?
Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road.
Could I get one of those fallen tracksuits?
We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy.
Right.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
We have a red check. Empathy, formidable. What do you see in his eyes? You seem like a man who knows about drugs.
Ah, man. Me and narcotics go way back. Had some good times surfing the psychic waves of my own consciousness, you know? But those days are behind me. There are other addictions in my life now. Why the inquiry, my man?
Let me be straight with you. I'm trying to figure out who's smuggling drugs out of Terminal B.
We have a credible lead, sir. Someone on this roundabout is waiting for a bulk shipment from the harbor to load it on their lorry and drive it to Jamrock.
Not me, man. No way. I don't need any trouble. Shit's bad enough anyway. This jam's got folks up in arms, and I'm afraid it's headed toward a conflagration.
Who do you think could be conducting the drug trade then?
Look, man, I try to stay away from the criminal underbelly of Revachol. I'm a guest here. You really need to find another man to probe with those questions.
Empathy, formidable. What do you see in his eyes? 42%. Red check.
Ease into it. Don't go too far. This seems like a personal matter.
Oof. Okay. My man, I want to know about your soul. Man, you look sad. What's going on with you?
I'm okay, man. Just the jams got me down. The fumes, the chemical rainbows, the tarpaulin stretched on the frames and the dull engines off.
The man recedes into his daze of words.
Maybe the full-on, direct approach wasn't correct. Damn, it's tricky business looking into someone's eyes and not doing it wrong.
I'm good for now.
Don't be a stranger.
Oh, it literally says fallen on the side. Oh, and is it a roundabout? Ba-doo-ba-doo. Yeah, no, it is an actual roundabout. We're in Europe then. Wait, how do you know we're in Europe if this is a roundabout? Well, because America doesn't have them. A bold sign, Humanox covers the truck. Yeah, I saw a video of like a roundabout they put in somewhere in North America, and nobody could work out how to take it. Round one way, round the other, over the top.
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air with the aid of numerous ropes and rods.
Who is this?
A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, "I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son of Philip II, the opulent, father of Philip IV, the insane."
What did this king do?
Even by the standards of the Philippian kings, old sumptuous Philip was known for his profligacy.
In what way?
Well, he blew through the whole national treasury, starting the decline of one of the penultimate century's greatest superpowers, the suzerain of Revachol. His own maladministration foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy. During the anti-centennial revolution, an end to his family line and the monarchy on the Insulindian Isola.
How did he manage to blow through the entire national treasury?
Stories have it that he had his bedroom converted into a treasure chamber, where he stored unfathomable wealth. Krugerrands, bars of gold, ornate weaponry, armor, and various chalices. He called it the Sol Aurum. It was obscene. There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers, like some obese dragon, instead of a bed, like a normal person.
The man certainly knew how to live.
Good. Horrific necktie speaks. Good. I would like to sleep on gold, hustler style. The king is the king and he can do anything. Wait, really? There's no way that's true. A deplorable farce. No wonder everything went to shit.
But wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled cocaine addiction.
The what now?
You see, old Philippe wasn't just good at squandering the national treasury on gold and ceremonial weaponry. He was also a prodigious snorter of nose candy.
So he's addicted to nose candy. A bloated druggie?
That's what the revolutionaries said 150 years later, right before they emptied out the royal mausoleum and dumped His Majesty's mortal remains in the Insulindian Bay.
So where is he buried now?
Beneath the cold waters of the Insulindian Bay, thrown there by the revolutionaries after they cleaned out the royal mausoleum.
What happened to the statue?
The original was blown apart by communards, then further damaged during the landing of the coalition's airships during the turn-of-the-century revolution, when Martinez was leveled. Most historians think the coalition's hasty landing may have ultimately saved the statue. If the communards had more time, they would have reduced it up to even finer pieces.
Who restored the monument?
Some years ago, a group of liberal, artistically inclined individuals, designers mostly, thought it would be ironic to restore the statue of the most wasteful ruler of Revachol in the poorest part of the city. The statue is supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart, like an instant frozen in time, a rare butterfly trapped in amber, floating on a sea of shit.
That's brilliant. So funny and nihilistic.
People in Martinaise tend to disagree, as do many prominent art critics and thought leaders with more nuanced social awareness than the young ironists. Philip III, the squanderer, however, with his bronze face up in the air, doesn't seem concerned about what the hoi polloi think of him in death.
Okay. What do we got? Oh, a $1.09. Nice. White tank top, +1 physical instrument. What's this? Ruins full of snow, no one lives here anymore. I don't think there's anything else here. Hello?
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her face. The photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile. It's the warmth of a winter night's fire. Maybe she could give you comfort and shelter, some cigarettes and food money. Maybe she's your...
Grandma? Snap your fingers in front of her face. Excuse me, madame. I'd like to ask some questions.
No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her.
Snap your fingers in front of her face. That's so rude, though.
If you want her attention, you may need to be more forceful.
Snap your fingers twice?
Where am I? Who are you?
Like a magician recalling a subject from hypnosis, you've jolted her back to reality.
The smile on her face has disappeared, replaced by the wary aspect of a cornered beast.
Are you alright, madame? You're out.
Never mind. I remember now. I'm still stuck in that traffic jam in the 50s.
Wait, what's so bad about the 50s?
The men have small jaws and everything is made out of plastic. Why do you need plastic when you can make the world out of amber?
Where else would you be then?
Back in Methka, during the time of the revolution. The side walls and cafes are filled with young people. I was on my way to see a new Boyadero picture starring Gabriel Buenguerro. Until you came along, that is.
The look she gives you is accusatory. So, we can ask her police questions. So, I take it you were in Mesk when you were young?
Someone was.
She nods, as though her meaning were perfectly clear. Sorry to interrupt your dreaming, madame.
I wasn't dreaming. I was there, Luman. It was early spring, and the man behind the Black Sun had just come out. The posters were 20 meters tall. Everything was golden.
Her eyes narrow, and she appears to take your measure.
While you, people, were tearing each other apart over your petty little revolution, in Methk, it was a golden age.
The Republic of Mesk is a massive confederation on the Isola of Muindi, the world's largest state by territory. It's a petrostate, a constitutional monarchy, and, as of recently, an outcast due to its tilt to the far right.
Alright, I have some other questions for you.
Why not, Harife? It's not like I have anything better to do in this hellhole.
She settles back against the railing of a motor lorry. Behind her, mountains of memorabilia, photos and knickknacks line the dashboard. Before I came, you seemed away.
She's just a distracted old woman. We should maybe let her get back to her things.
So he doesn't think she's a smuggler.
You hear that, Lowman? I don't think your partner likes you spending too much time with me.
Wait, why is that? Should you drive a lorry if you get like that? Okay, let's change the subject. Should you drive a lorry if you get like that?
Oh, don't worry about me. I'm one of the best camioners around. I drive routes no one else will.
What route?
Lomonosov's Land, Udajnaya Zemlya, the Western Plain.
She nods and closes her eyes again, letting her mind submerge.
The Transcatalia Magistral. You for 1A. Adestradas do Mirador. All the good ones. The deep trenches. Where the bluebirds fly.
She opens her eyes again and shudders. I'm something of an expert at blacking out. You should take better care of yourself. This should be reported to the proper authorities. Cool, ride until you're dust, sister. I'm something of an expert in blacking out. You should take better care of yourself.
You're right, Lowman. I'm the one who should take my health more seriously. Thank you for looking out for me.
A correct appraisal. You're quite shabby.
Is that all you woke me up to say?
You seem like a woman who knows a thing or two about drugs.
What do I need drugs for, Lowman? What I see, what I feel, the great adversary, no drugs can compare.
Where could I get my hands on experience like that? That's not really what I was getting at. The adversary?
Yes. There is a protagonista and an adversario. I am on the side of the adversary. There's no coming back from that hole.
Those epithets are familiar somehow. The great adversary. The great unrest.
Where can I get my hands on experience like that?
If you don't know,
She flicks her wrist in a gesture of casual dismissal. What if... I wanted to ask if you'd be interested in smuggling some drugs.
why would I want to do that?
For commerce, the lifeblood of the Isolate, the glory of the World Republic, liberation and spirited body, I don't know, the thrill of the criminal lifestyle. The glory of the World Republic.
Lowman, what in the name of God are you talking about?
Okay, let me put this another way. Are you smuggling drugs through Terminal B?
Maybe. Probably not. Makes no difference to me either way.
How can you not know what you're hauling in your own lorry?
Just this month, I made half a dozen trips from Saramiriza to Grat, on the U41A. What do you think they take from Saramiriza to Grat, Lowman?
Drugs? I don't know, that's why I'm asking you.
It's diamonds, Lowman, obviously.
Okay. If you had to guess, what do you think, who do you think is smuggling drugs around here?
Easy. He's the skinny man who thinks he's a poet. Never trust a poet. Also, he's the only one I can see from here.
That's correct. There is no visibility of any of the others.
Okay, if you're not involved with the drug trafficking, then why are you still waiting here?
Where do you want me to go? This isn't so bad. I can listen to music, or the seagulls. Look at all the colors and the futures of this world. It's a good palate cleanser, this jamboree. Or I can just relax and let my mind carry me back where it will, to the Great Plains.
I think we're done here, no?
Thank you for now.
Yes, go. Enough jamboree. I need to get back to Messier.
Her voice trails off. Okay, the skinny man who thinks himself a poet. What go... hello. A foreign car kept in good condition. So... we can't see anyone here. Yeah, there's no one else in this area. So it's 1:10 in the afternoon. So he could be smuggling drugs. But I did see, as we were going this way, some money here. Oh, we can't talk to these people. What's that? Laura's probably stored fuel here. Now they store booze. Okay. Money gained. What do we got here? Wheat. We have a melancholy pop song plays on the radio.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo. Their logo is the bloodless rose, pure white, untouched by harm.
Just ask me if you need anything from Saint Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, Magnesium, and Hypnogamma.
Okay. So Nosafed 90, Dramamine 250, Magnesium 90. What do these products do?
I don't know. Let's see. Nosafed is a nasal spray. Duramine is a really good painkiller. Magnesium is a dietary supplement. Hypnogamma is... I don't really know what Hypnogamma is. I guess it makes you feel less shit. It's recommended to use after lots of partying, studying, or exercising.
Could you be a little more specific?
No. Sorry. I'm not like a doctor or anything.
Nosafed heals +1 health. Duramine heals +3 health. Magnesium heals +1 morale. Hypnogamma heals +3 morale.
Thank you, American Siri? Okay. We can... Oh, we could get ammonia. Do you have any ammonia?
Yeah, there's like an ampule somewhere.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll leave. Cigarettes, maybe? Ah.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
Insert your bottles.
Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now.
We got $4. So I think we already have some health stuff. We go +1 health, 1 charge, +1 morale, 2 charges. So if we need stuff, we can always come back. Okay, so I think the skinny dude is probably... What's this? Goods from the lorry haphazardly litter the surroundings. I think this is the skinny guy.
Hello again, my man. What's on your mind?
We need to put empathy up. And that's all for now, bye. We could go back to... Well, there's another guy over here. Oh, and a bin. Magnesium? Okay, I'll take it. Hey, my dude.
Welcome to Revachol.
Excellent. Racist lorry driver. That's not going to be great. Announces the rotund man. The remark isn't addressed at you. It's addressed at the lieutenant. Why are you addressing my partner like that? Hey, no, Rubbershaw, that's where we are. Never mind, let's keep moving. Why are you addressing my partner like that?
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
You tell him.
It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
So we are in a limbo.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Revachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
Fucking A, Kim. I've got your back. Give the lieutenant a punch in the shoulder. Well, I think we've all learned something here, smiled at the lorryman. Now that's settled, we have a couple of questions. I got you back.
You two make a cute couple. You know that?
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Now that that's settled, we have a couple of questions.
Whatever you say, officers.
I found this mug in the trash. Yours? What's that argument all about? What are you hauling? You're a lorryman, right? What's your stance on drugs? What was that argument all about?
It's about biological determinism, natural law, the sorting of the races. Not the most popular topic nowadays, with the coalition in charge and all. You might want to change the topic. That is, bury your head under the sand like common sheep.
So you're just a racist, makes sense.
I'm not just racist. Look, I've read books. The science of racial theory has all been proved, even if some people don't want to accept it. People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design, so naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously, you can see the merits in that.
Right, I've already made up my mind. Want to hear it?
Oh?
We can be down with racism? Yeah, I'm not down with this. Why don't you go fuck yourself? Okay, sure, whatever. Why don't you go fuck yourself?
Don't push your luck, runt.
The man gives you a disgusted look, then turns his attention elsewhere, ignoring your presence. Can we talk about... Can we...
Looking for something, runt? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
What are you hauling?
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation.
Wait, how long has this been going on then?
The strike? Oh, they've been at it for a while. A month, 2 months maybe. But this here is just the last week or so.
What kind of cargo are you supposed to pick up?
Apples.
Apples?
Yeah, apples. I take it you had other questions?
He's given you the runaround. Let's be honest, you were bested.
You're a lorryman, right? What's your stance on drugs?
Drugs? They're shit, man. I don't let anything pollute my body.
He takes a long drag on his cigarette. Why not?
You know where that shit comes from? Sarah Miriza, Safre, Ilmara. They take the money from our local junkies here and then use it to outcompete us in the manufacturing sector. They know they can't beat us in a fair fight, so they have to get us to weaken ourselves somehow. It's racial sabotage. Racial economic sabotage.
Listen, I agree. It's our responsibility to keep this poison off the streets of Ravishol, right?
He eyes you warily, unsure how to respond. This goes on for about 2 seconds. Then,
I don't know shit. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you.
Then why are you still hanging around here for? Most other camioners have left.
What do you think? I can't leave the lorry unguarded. Stuff's been getting looted lately. It's those little kips sneaking around at night. If they touch my stuff, the bosses will be on my ass like ass cancer.
there was a bunch of spilled boxes in the back of a big lorry nearby.
I did see one lorry with the trailer doors open on my way here. Do you know what happened?
Yeah, I knew that guy. He was an honest driver who loved this country. We were having a good debate about genetics at the Wheeling in Rags when some kip boys smashed his lock and took damn near everything. Lost his fucking job over it. Since he left, I haven't had anyone to talk to.
Bad for him, I guess.
It's a fucking travesty is what it is.
If not you, then who's running drugs through Terminal B?
Isn't it obvious? Fucking Sealang, that beady-eyed South Samaran. His little side business is a scam. I wouldn't be surprised if he was peddling drugs as well.
Who's that?
He's a Samaran guy who likes to pretend he's some kind of businessman. Really, he's just selling his employer stuff. Stuff he stole after he broke the seals on his Humanox lorry.
Oh, where do I find him?
Just follow the smell. It smells like apricot and oil when you're nearby.
The lorryman lets out a raspy croak at his own sense of humor.
Yes, yes. Where is he?
Looks like I offended your partner there. Too bad. Sealang's usually a little bit south of here, near the canal. You can't miss him. Just watch yourselves. His tribe are natural liars. It's in their blood. He's your man, all right? 100%.
I wouldn't be so sure about it. Not until we've heard what Sealang himself has to say.
Guess we need to pay Sealang a visit then.
Guess so.
We're done for now. Okay, right. So, Safvir. I suppose we need to go along the road. Oh, we also need a map. Oh, that would be so useful. Plant? An ancient fountain. It doesn't pump water anymore. There's a tree in it. Oh. Okay. There's a bookstore up here. Yes, books, books, books. Hey.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
A young girl with chubby red cheeks waves at you, smiling. Her nose is also red from the cold. Oh, hello.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
What kind of store is this anyway?
It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
It's also literally written on the window.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
What's a board game?
Board games are like little games on a table, made to pass the time. There are several different ones, but sailors here mostly buy cards.
Oh, what's a postcard?
A postcard is a small cardboard picture. You can write a few words on the other side and send it to your friend or beloved.
She is unfazed by your questions. She would consider it impolite to point out any perceived weirdness.
Thanks.
My pleasure. Anything else you'd like to know?
Is it okay if I ask you some questions?
Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
What is your name?
My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside, minding the register, or organising the stock.
The girl gazes at the window, then suddenly jolts, her eyes wide as if recalling something.
Feel free to step in and browse our wares.
And you're standing out in the cold because?
I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
A sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face, smiling. But she's cold.
You're cold. Can I help in some way?
Kind of you to offer, sir.
She doesn't know what else to say.
What could you do to help her anyway?
Such a good trooper, already learning the value of hard work, pat her head. I could help by brutally dismantling the free market. I should have a word with the store owner, maybe.
Oh, no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm.
Shouldn't you be at school or something?
I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
What is school anyway? School is stupid, you're lucky not to be there. Isn't going to school more important than this?
Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed.
There is stress and unease behind these words. She's reciting etiquette.
How's the business going?
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders.
Cursed in what way?
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go...
Bankrupt?
Exactly. But we've been doing fine so far.
This sounds rather serious. I should probably look into this. Narrow your eyes and look through the creaking boards of the window. I don't think curses are real. This sounds serious. I should probably look into this.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case, but I don't see much more to look into here.
The lieutenant makes a note in his notebook.
Yes, please do look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games you asked about are also there, sir.
How does this curse manifest itself?
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were talking about whether it's appropriate to stand out in the freezing weather.
Fine, I'll show you.
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir?
What do you know about the other failed businesses?
Nothing really, sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar. I don't really know what's there.
Stroke your chin. Enough about the curse for now.
Maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead.
What is this crime business?
Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals.
Why would anyone want to read about crime?
It's exciting to people, I guess. They get to imagine dangerous things, and it's kind of like a puzzle, where you can guess who the criminal is, or how the good guys are going to catch him.
I'm a policeman myself, by the way.
You don't look much like a policeman.
She examines you as if to find something policeman-like. Well, what does a cop look like it, then?
Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen.
She points to a book cover, on which you see a strapping Vespertine officer. He stands grimly over the body of a dead woman. I used to be exactly like that Mullen guy. Then I decided to live a little. You know, nobody actually looks like that guy in the picture. That's just a stupid fantasy of a man. It's not your body that's important in police work. Anyway, it's your point to your head. Wow, look at that guy. I'll never be as good as Mullen. Actually, I had other questions.
More about books, maybe?
Okay, bye. See you around, Annette. Let's go into the store. Ooh. Alright, well, what do we got? Old sports magazines tucked away in a dark corner. The book collects the national recipes of Arda. They are all about lake trout. Oh, a curtain. Let's see what we got up here. A quaint picture book brochure, very colourful. It's a tome of fascist magic, rather candid. Another boring book, just discarded here. That looks like a map.
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez.
Ooh, look at the map of Insulinda.
This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest in the northeast is La Caillou. You are here. Another far away in the southwest, Seminese Islands, Ile de Fantôme.
What else?
Ozon, Laurentide, Fas à la Mer, Archipelagos, North Arcade Islands. All just specks of dust on the vastness of the Insulindic. On the edges of the map, the color fades into a blur of dotted lines, black and white. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou in a bookstore. It's you.
Squint first. Can you see cities on the islands?
You can. On Caillou, Revachol, a single black star. On Ozon, Fondelier, and Vilmandu. On archipelagos, Croyan Moran, Villiers. On Seminine, Olduvai, and on Laurentide, Deora of the Seven Seas. Lost little pearls of light, tiny fires in the dark. 850 million people live on these little dots, an oceanic world of culture and commerce torn apart by history.
Look at the edges.
The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Windy is the north azimuth. Grad is the northeast azimuth. Samara is the east azimuth. Seol is the west azimuth. Isolas, they're called. Connections to other worlds. Words past the Insulindian, unknown to you. You only know you've never been there. You have little idea what they are. Distant stars, gods, but looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Whatever they are, the Isolas are immeasurably large compared to you, and very, very far away.
Oh, interesting. We got a failure on that roll, but it still gave us some information.
Perhaps they are gods, gods of distance and outer dust.
Look at the map of Revachol.
The north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is the River Esperance. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta says a great artificial heart in the center, teeming with life forms and construction. To the east, rolling hillsides, Le Jardin, Stella Marie, the suburbs of Saint-Baptiste, swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. This is Revachol East.
And west of the river?
Hudon. It's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Forberg. It's almost as bad and much larger. Then Coal City. It's the worst. You feel you're just west of Coal City, somewhere above Jamrock and close to Coal City.
Look at the map of Martinez.
It's not really a map, it's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with buildings on it, drawn from an isometric perspective. A date in the upper right corner says 48. Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial harbour, even the whirling in rags there.
Storekeep, can I buy these maps?
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them. They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though.
Why is the one of Martinez so cheap? You seem to underestimate my resources, but sure, okay. Yeah, why is the one of Martinez so cheap?
That old thing? It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be. From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps.
What happened to them?
They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business.
Ooh. So we could try stealing it. Or we could just buy it. Let's just buy it.
Always good to be informed of your surroundings.
Okay. Now we have... okay. Yep. White tank top. And use the interact button in the inventory to inspect the item. A worn and torn map of the Martinez area dating from 48. The title on the top reads Bienvenue. I remember the word. I was just like, it takes us a couple of seconds sometimes for it to be drawn from memory. Bienvenue à Revachol. Oh, welcome to Revachol? It's a bit out of date, as it was originally created by a design studio in a failed attempt to spruce up Martinez and turn it into a fancy tourist location.
The worn map features the patchwork grid of the streets of Martinez, with directions to appropriately touristy locations. Year 48 resides on the upper right corner.
Trace a path through the grid.
Your finger moves through the various streets, across Rue de Saint-Ghislain and Rue Saint-Sipar, over Saint-Brun and Martinez North, finally coming to a halt on the spot where you are currently standing, although the map gives no such indication itself.
For a more detailed view of the map, go to your journal and select the Map tab.
Thank you, Siri. Let's put the map away. So if we go to our journal and hit the Map tab, we now have a map. Oh! Oh. That's, okay, Martinez waterfront. We have a large glowing cube. Fisherman shacks. Why have we got a bunch of dudes with guns in the bottom left? We got the church. Oh, so this actually... Oh, so the building next to where the sloop is moored. Looks like there was a lot more work planned around there. Looks like at some point there was a lot more work planned to build this area up. Oh, and there's a whirling in rags. Interesting. Okay. I'll tell you what though. I think we'll leave it there for the time being. So, if you like this, definitely leave a little like because it helps the video. If you want to subscribe, that's great. It's free. If you want notifications, dingle the bingle. If you don't want notifications, don't click the bell, and I'll tell you what. I'll catch you next time.